Just had a very slow Monday night. Extremely slow. It was so slow that by 4:30 in the morning I only had $150 on. With a $90 lease on the car. No, $80 lease on the car. And another $10 to $15 for fuel. So that's $90 of expenses. And for being out here all night, taking home $60 is not quite enough. Fortunately, I was saved by this little run to the airport, which gave me another $60. So it's going to be all right. Most of it is all in Interac. Don't have a lot of cash. I think I have maybe 60, a little more than that. I have less than 100 in cash. But still, I'm thankful that I got this run to the airport, so that makes the night worthwhile. And I guess I can go to the car wash and wash the car now. Since it's 5 o'clock, I don't expect I'm going to get any more business this morning. Just because it's slow. It was slow. I waited an hour almost for this one. And for the one before that, I waited 2 hours. And that trip was basically taking a guy from one hotel to another because he got kicked out. Basically, he wakes up and he sees his girlfriend and his cousin on the other bed in the hotel room. And so what does he do? He punches his cousin in the face rather than the girl, which I'll never understand that. Why not beat her up? She's the one. Well, you shouldn't beat anyone up, no, but, you know, the logic, why beat him up? Just because? I don't know. I won't go there. How about we don't talk about that subject? Anyway, the guy got kicked out of his hotel room and had to go to another hotel. Well, here we are, Wednesday evening. It is 19 minutes after 7. Tuesday night was really not much to report about. It was pretty slow. It was kind of dead. I made about $60 for myself, and no airport in the morning. So it was just like the Monday, but the Tuesday had no happy ending at the end. So yeah, made about $60, and that was it. And I'm back out again. I've had one trip now. I've been out for 1 hour. See where I am in the zone here. It says I am second. Well, that doesn't mean anything. That means I could wait an hour. I'm going to get out of this traffic now and take this little side street here and go to my favorite place where I like to hang out. So yeah, early in the shift I got about $12 on. I had my first fare. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Should have my lights on when it's dark out, eh? Oh, come on. You two, come on. Come on. They move so annoyingly slow. That light is green there. I'm probably going to catch up with that car before it gets through the intersection. Oh, nearly. Anyways, like I was saying, it was Tuesday night was a non-event. Hopefully Wednesday is better. I went to sleep several times while watching videos in the morning, but I did get caught up on quite a few videos. I don't know what tonight's gonna be. I'll let you know at the end, unless I'm sleeping like I was this morning. Oh, good, my headlights work and my top light works. Great. Well, it's like this. The night was relatively slow. It took me until midnight to break even. And at midnight, I broke even. And then at about 12:30, I sat down in the parking lot and minded my own business and watched videos, because that's what I could do. Because there was nothing much else going on. I sat for 2 hours and even fell asleep at one point. And was awakened by a call at about 2:30. That call took me to a house, where I found the house and I phoned the number that was on my system. Where are we? Okay, we're not there yet. I phoned the number that was on the system. Nobody answered. There was an answering machine to leave a message. I was not going to leave a message. This is the one where I turn. Yeah. I was not going to leave a message. I waited 4 or 5 minutes, called again, and didn't get an answer again. And the house was really dark, and all the lights were out, except for a porch light that was shining on the address. So I didn't have to pull out my bright light to see the address. And if you look up there, that looks a lot like a full moon, or one that was full last night. You can just see it at the center of the screen right now, above that street light. Okay. So, there was nothing. At that point in time, I had about $135 on. Then I got sent to a house way out in the sticks. It was quite a ways. It was about a $30 drive from town. Well, I got out there and I got to the address where I was sent, and it was another dark house, and I called the phone number, and there was a voice, really not very loud, saying, yeah, you're across the street, you're at the neighbors, you're across the street. And I said, okay. I only went to the address I was sent to. And he said, come back to this street. So I came back to this street, and this kid gets in. He's in his late teens, I'm thinking, maybe early 20s, but he's quite slim. He's not filled out yet. But still, there's something creepy about this boy. He's quite tall and rail thin. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Yes, we have a lot of deer around here. So anyway, this boy gets in and gives me an address in town, and I start to drive. And at one point he puts his headphones on, and all I hear is the percussion from some rap music. You know how they play those cymbals really fast or whatever? Or whatever machine they use to make that sound? It's like, anyway, whatever. It's rap music, I can tell. And I don't like the sound of it. But anyways, we're driving, and it's a twisty, curvy road where we are. And we're driving, and after we driven a few minutes, I realized that the meter was blank like that. So I turned it on. And I realized that I had lost about $6 of the trip. And I'm going, oh, stupid. Why did you... I was distracted because I was across the street from where I was supposed to be. And then when he got in, he was kind of creepy. And he was like few words. Just gave me the address, and that was that. He didn't say anything else, and he put his rap music on. So I drove. And when I realized that I had not turned the meter on, I turned the meter on. Still, it was about $24 to get where he was going. But like I said, I missed out on about $6. So I drove. I got him where he was going, and it was like $24 on the meter, and he tipped me $3 or $4. So I'm going, oh, that's what happens when you sit for 3 hours with one no load right in the middle of that. And that's essentially what happened. I sat for 3 hours with a no load in the middle of it. Okay. So now it's 4 o'clock, or it was 4 o'clock. It's 5:30 now. And I got back to the parking lot where I usually sit and watch videos, and I watched some more videos. I've almost finished watching all the videos that I'm subscribed to. It took me 3 days, or should I say 3 nights, to get caught up like that. Anyways, it's about 5:45, and I get another call. It's to Albany Street. It's a regular customer. She goes downtown. She works downtown. So she's one of these people who starts work early in the morning. And so I took her downtown and dropped her off at the 24-hour McDonald's where she could get a coffee before going to work. And I'm thinking, oh man, that was like a $10 fare. I think I got 12 for it. So $134 and 40. I've got about $160 on at this point. $160. What crap. For being out here all night. And I was about to start punishing myself again when I turned a corner after leaving the 24-hour McDonald's. I drove 1 block and there was this young couple. It looked like they wanted to cross the street. But no, they wanted... The guy lifted up his hand, and the guy lifted up his hand as if he wanted a ride, and so I took him and a girl. And she wanted to go into a Esquimalt. So I took her into a Esquimalt, and he was going to another place. She gave $15 for $10 on the meter. And he went to the other end of Gordon Head on Ash Road. And it was like $35 on the meter, and he gave me another $25. So I got $40 from that last fare. And that put me squarely and exactly at $200. Still, it's no great shit, but it's like getting an airport run at the end. And so, with a $95 lease, that's probably going to cost me about $13 for fuel. Let's say $15. I made $90 for myself tonight. And that's just the way the rest of the week has gone. I made 110 maybe the first night. I made, well, the second night I didn't make much at all. The second night I made like $70, $80. You know, the third night I made 90. No, the second night I didn't make that much. It was like 70. Yeah, 70. And this time I made 90. So 70, 90, 120 plus another 160 plus another 110. 270 for 3 nighs, averaging $90 a night. That's somewhat on the low side. Anyway, I'm thankful for that much because it was looking like it could have been a lot worse. And now it's 5:33 in the morning. Maybe I can snag one more trip. And then I'll go wash the car. And then I'll go fuel it and park it. I don't have any commitments of any kind this morning. It's Friday morning. The time is now 5:12. And it has been another relatively long night. I came to work and I broke even about 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I had a few more fares, and there was a point where I had 150 on, and that was at 2 o'clock. At 2:30, let's see, at 2:30 or so, I had a lucky call that some people's car broke down and they couldn't get it running, they couldn't get it started, so they had to take a cab to go out to Langford to the Western Communities. That was good for $30. So at that point I had 180, 185 on. Now I just had an airport run for $50. So 235, I think. Let me check that. Did he give me a tip, that guy? I didn't even check. He just put it on Interac. No tip. So that's that. 100. Yeah. There you go. That's what happened. So $50, yeah, $235. That's it. I'm pretty much done. The time is 5:14. It will be 5:35 by the time I get back into town. That is, if I don't stop and wash the car. But I'm gonna stop and wash the car because the owner's driving it in the morning, and the owner wants a clean car when he gets it. It's only fair. He washes it for me. I'll wash it for him. And that way you stay on his good side. He keeps getting a clean car from you, he thinks highly of you. And, you know, I've been driving this guy's car for 4 years now. And we're like friends, you know, we get along good. So it works out very well. Anyway, that's a relief. I made some money this week. Some. Not a great deal, I imagine, but some. It's marginal. It's been a marginal week so far. And one more night left to go. That would be the Friday night. Yeah, I'm gonna wash the car up in this direction here. Not much else to say. Talk to you tomorrow. And that will be the end of the week. At long last, we have had a civilized Friday night. A civilized Friday night in that it was not too much rushing around at the beginning of the shift. And I could take breaks in between calls, which was very nice and very welcome. I had I had about 100, 170, 180 on by midnight. By 2 o'clock, I had over 300 on. Or wait a sec, that's not right. I had 250 on, I don't know what. But anyway, at one point I had this really good stroke of luck. I think it was just before 2. And I got this call that was up on Wilkinson. And when I got there, the guy said he's going to Chestnut. Now, Chestnut is near the Jubilee Hospital. And that's like a $20-something ride. But there were 4 people. And when we got down there, the 3 of them said, "We're going on from here." I said, "Okay." And the first one said, 6160 Pat Bay Highway. I said, "Really? That's back the way we came. You would have done better if you just went straight there from where we started." And she says, "Yeah, but we're all going in that direction, and this guy was the odd man out." And I said, "Well, you would have been better off if you'd just taken 2 separate cars to go the different directions." But it was too late now. I said, "Okay, fine, I'll take you out to 61 something, whatever." The other guy went on to Tanner Ridge, which is a little past that. And then the last guy came out here to the airport, or almost to the airport. Grand total of the whole drive was about $80. So that put me in the 300 and up over 300 anyway. And then I had another one that was went to the Western Communities for another 20 something dollars. Then I had a short one in town. It was one of my regulars. I take him home from the bar where he works. And after I took him home, I went and sat in the parking lot again. I didn't sit that long. And then it was a 4 o'clock time call that went out to the airport. And this is the one that I'm just finishing with now. And I've got about $400 on. The time is now 4:26. And I can't complain about any of that. I expected it to be slower tonight. And it was for the most part, except that I lucked out with that $80 fare and now with the $50 airport. The rest of it was a little on the slow side, but it was civilized, you know? No rushing, and I don't feel completely worn out and mentally drained after doing a Friday night. So now that we're driving back into town, I hope yours is better than mine. And that's all.